Hi everyone, just wanted to do another quick vlog before I go to bed. I just got home and I just finished driving today. It's Sunday and it was a pretty busy day. I mostly gave rides to locals tonight, just people trying to get home. But anyway, I'm still not feeling great from the last time I vlogged. I'm still having a lot of pain and soreness, especially in my legs where I have a lot of my pain, especially when I'm having a bad flare up. I'm still waiting for my stupid period to start, and it just seems like the PMS is just lasting forever, and these symptoms are lasting forever. And I start to get frustrated. I know my camera is a little shaky because I'm holding it again. My dog literally ate my camera tripod that I have, so I need to get another one. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about a topic I know a lot of people with chronic illness deal with, and that is just, I guess, the desire to be alone a lot and how we tend to isolate ourselves. And I'm sure anybody with chronic illness that's watching this right now can totally relate to what I'm talking about. Now, I've always been a really social person. I still am a social person, which is one reason why I really love driving for Lyft. I really love doing personal training because I love being around people. One thing I actually like about Lyft right now, as opposed to personal training, is the fact that my interactions with the people are very short. And I still get to enjoy conversation and meeting people, and sometimes we even talk about really serious subjects, and they'll tell me, like really personal things, what have you, which is something I always enjoy, and I always feel, I guess, kind of honored when people, share kind of personal stuff with me when they don't really know me that well. They feel that comfortable. It is encouraging to me, but I like the fact that the interactions are short. And to me, it takes less energy from me. When I was personal training, I obviously developed a lot of very, very close relationships with my clients, which I absolutely loved, and I miss them dearly, the ones that I work with throughout my whole career. But recently, in LA, I miss my clients dearly. But you get more involved, and it's definitely, it is a lot more energy, because again, you develop, in many cases, a really close friendship, which again, I enjoy, but it does take quite a bit of energy. And with Lyft, the interactions are very short. Usually they're meaningless, just small talk, whatever. And that's something that I'm kind of enjoying, just having a nice break from getting too involved in, people's personal life and stuff. Which again is not something that I mind. It's not something that's an issue for me. It's just nice to kind of have a break from that. And again, I know a lot of people with chronic illness do prefer to be alone. Um, and one of the reasons, well, actually, there's many reasons for it, but I'm just going to talk about the reasons for me specifically. For me specifically, I think because for so much of my life, especially my career as a personal trainer, I've just invested so much time and energy into relationships, and also being just a person that is just a source of support and strength and encouragement for my clients. Obviously, they have a certain expectation of me. And, they obviously expecting me to be happy and upbeat and, just be able to help them just have a better outlook on their life, help them to have more energy, be motivated to exercise, and just, improve their own health and wellness. And after doing that for, the past 20 years, it does get kind of exhausting. And it doesn't matter how much you love your job. Any trainer that's been in the industry for a really long time would say that it definitely can get exhausting to give that much to people. Well, because I'm a very high energy, upbeat person, People expect that from me, when they're around me because it's just how I am. And when I'm not feeling well, when I'm sick, which is every day, but especially some days, but pretty much every day, I don't want to be that person. Yeah, I don't want to be upbeat. I don't want to be happy. I'm in pain. I'm tired. A lot of times I'm feeling frustrated. And I like to be alone a lot more than what I used to. Um, I don't really have friends. And when I say that, I mean like, just like close friends that live geographically close to me. I do have friends that I still consider dear friends. Even though if I don't talk to them regularly, I don't get to see them, they live far away, I still consider them to be dear friends. They're people that I do communicate with on occasion. And they're the type of friendships that when you see them, it doesn't matter how long it's been, you feel like you've seen them yesterday because you have that kind of connection, that kind of bond. I definitely have those types of friends, but in terms of friends that I spend time with, that I talk to on a regular basis, like, at least once a week or whatever, I don't have any friends like that. And it doesn't bother me. And I'm kind of in a stage in my life where I actually prefer that. And sometimes I wonder if that is something that should concern me. And sometimes, most of the time, I feel like, if that's where I'm at, that's just where I'm at. And a lot of the reasons for that too are friendships that I've had in the past that I did feel used, I did feel taken advantage of, friendships that I had to let go of. And I had like a friend that I was really close to when I lived in LA. And about 5 years ago, when I was still living in LA, my father died, and we were going through a really, really difficult period in our life. We had to stay with some friends, and it was just a really difficult period. The situation we were in was challenging because the friend that we were staying with, her husband was just really challenging to deal with. My friend was amazing, but her husband was challenging. So we got out of that situation and stayed with some other friends. And this was something that went on for like 2.5 months. And so I had a really close friend when I lived in LA. And for a while, I just wasn't communicating with her or responding to her messages. And obviously, because I was going through a lot at that time, if she did text me, it would take me a while to get back to her. And she started to feel insecure and she started to feel hurt about it. And I really tried to assure her, like, it's not you. It has nothing to do with you. It truly is just the fact that, I'm sick. My dad just died. We're in a really bad life situation right now. And I just don't have the energy really for anything. When I'm done with my day, when I'm done with dealing with our life situations, I'm just exhausted and I don't have anything to give. And she was a great friend. She was a great person. Well, we ended up having a falling out. Maybe someday I'll do a video on that. I don't know, but we ended up having a falling out. And what the sad thing about it is that we were really close friends for pretty much the whole time I lived in LA. And once, we weren't really friends anymore, I didn't miss the friendship. And ever since that friendship, I haven't really had any close friends. Like I haven't had any friends that I communicate with and spend as much time with as I did with her. And it's not because, what happened traumatized me so much I don't want other friends. It really is not because of that. It's just because I just felt like, I'm kind of done with having friends right now. Because people really don't understand when you have a chronic illness, your energy physically and emotionally is limited. And in some cases, severely limited. And when we're going through our own personal life challenges, it's even more limited. And I know it's hard for people, for friends and family that we love and care for to understand, and they can take it personally and they can get hurt. And so if any of you are dealing with this right now where you're just kind of at a stage where you just want to be alone. You really have no desire to go out. And it's not because you're depressed. It's not because it has nothing to do with that. It's just you just want to be alone and you have no desire to go out and you're actually okay with it. You feel actually good about it. And maybe you have friends or family members that feel really hurt by that. It's just, the best thing you can do is just try to assure them that it has nothing to do with them. If they are friends and family members that, that you really would like to spend time with, that you really do care about, maybe there's people that you hold at a distance because, I don't know, they suck the energy out of you or whatever. No, I'm not talking about those type of people. Those type of people you need to distance yourself from, and you need to limit the time you spend with, or even just cut them out of your life if you can. I'm talking about, friends and family members that you really do care for, that really have been great friends to you, family members that are very dear to you. I'm talking about those people. It's important that you assure them that it has nothing to do with them, that it truly is your illness, because for most of us, it truly is our illness. If we don't go out that much, and we just don't engage in any social activity anymore, it has nothing to do with the people that we love and care about and not wanting to see them. And it's hard for them to understand that. For me, sometimes even sending a text, it can, just the thought of it can feel exhausting. Just sending a text to someone saying, hey, how are you doing? Because then that starts a conversation back and forth. And sometimes I don't even have the energy for that, especially if you're someone that has a chronic illness and you work. That really makes it so much harder, because there are some people that are fortunate enough to either be retired or on disability. And for them, it's hard. It's hard for them, to go to social events and just keep up, with friends and family. But for those of us that have to work, or maybe you have children, or you have elderly parents you care for, or you have, responsibilities, it makes it that much more challenging. And so, I never thought I would be someone that just really loves to be alone and, is happy being alone. And I haven't gone on a social outing. Definitely I haven't gone on one since I've been in Vegas. It's been literally years since I've gone on any type of social outing with friends or girlfriends, and I don't feel sad about that at all. I really don't. I have no desire to go make friends. I just want to be alone. And I'm just really happy that way. Maybe that's going to change soon, and I'll want to start meeting people again and making friends and building relationships. It's good to have friends. Obviously, we all need friends, but I don't know. Maybe I am just kind of jaded from past friendships. Maybe it is a subconscious thing that's keeping me from wanting to have friends. I don't know. Maybe this is just where I need to be in my life so that I can heal and focus on my own needs and get better. I don't know. Literally the only person that I talk to on a somewhat regular basis is my mom. And I don't even talk to her as much as I need to, and she's literally the only one that I talk to. If I have energy, if I'm not in a lot of pain, she's the only one that I call. And because she's my mom, and again, I don't even call her as much as I should. And I definitely, for a lot of us, obviously, it leaves us feeling very guilty, and we have a lot of guilt because of it, even though it's not something that we're doing, to be insensitive or uncaring. It's because we truly are in that much pain and that exhausted. It's obviously, not something that we're doing to be hurtful. It's just the nature of our illness. We still feel a lot of guilt, and because we know that there are people in our lives that have done a lot for us, especially, family members, but or friends too. Sometimes friends do more than family members, for some people. But either way, whether it's friends or family members, there are people in our lives that I'm sure, have done a lot for you. There are definitely people that have done a lot for me that I just don't keep in touch with. And I wish I was able to put more effort and energy into talking to them. So right now, my main focus is just trying to, talk to my mom more consistently. That's really the only one person that I think about, and I think about I need to call her more often, I need to talk to her more often, but I think another thing too is that we just don't like talking to people or being around people when we're sick because we don't want them to see us that way. We want, we don't want to be the person that people feel like, oh, every time I see her, she's sick. Every time I see her, there's something wrong, or him, because obviously there's men that suffer from chronic illness too. Or every time I talk to her, she's sick. And that's another thing too, is I feel like I don't want to, every time I talk to my mom or my sister or anybody, like I'm always like, I'm sick, I don't feel good. And that's another reason why a lot of times I don't talk to my family or friends as much as I should, because I don't really have anything new to share, and I feel insecure that people are going to get tired of hearing that. And then, but at the same time, I also don't have the energy to pretend I'm happy and everything is okay. So it's just easier to just be alone. But anyway, someone put a post on Facebook about that topic today. And it's something, that just, got me thinking. It's something that I do think about sometimes, that, if it's normal or healthy for me to enjoy this much isolation, but I said right now it's just where I'm at. So, all right, guys, didn't mean to ramble on that long. I guess I'm just sharing my thoughts. Maybe it's just kind of therapeutic for me. I don't know. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate, and again, one of the reasons I'm doing this is just to let you guys know, if you are going through the same thing, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have the same struggles, the same issues, and we're all fighting through it, and we're all trying to, get through it together. So, all right, guys, well, thanks so much for tuning in, especially if you listen to the whole video. I really appreciate it. So remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.